Um, this is my review of Black Adam. Yeah, spoiler free actually. And it's very easy to be spoiler free. I just want to start off by saying I enjoyed the movie. It's a popcorn movie, nothing more. But I enjoyed the movie and whatnot. I know that Dwayne the Rock Johnson was the star and the producer, and he held a lot of clout with Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema. And it was his passion project, and I could really tell this was his passion project. This was like, I think it was Christmas for him to finally close the circle on this. He's been wanting to play this character for a minute, like a long time since that. I forgot the name. Warner Bros. Had put out this game. I can't even remember right now. I got like a brain fart, but they put out this video game where like all the DC heroes were fighting each other like Mortal Kombat. Injustice. Yeah, somebody like tagged him and said that he should play Black Adam. Back in the day when they put out that game, and he wanted to do this movie, and he finally did this movie, and he put everything, he put every bell and whistle he could put in there, and there was non-stop action. I mean, non-stop action. You know, how you go in superhero movies, like you see like Spider-Man movie or something, and they just had like maybe two or three scenes, like a couple set pieces. No, this is one continuous set piece. And it is kind of a throwback. And after the abuse I've received from the Walt Disney Company and their Marvel tier with their shows on that Disney Plus sham, this was a welcome, it's a welcome. I don't know, just interlude or something. I don't know what the word to use. It's kind of late. I'm recording this, but I wanted to tell you that I did enjoy the movie, and I was happy. The movie made me feel good. To me, in the movie, the villain is very weak, and he's like a throwback villain. It's like it's a CGI guy. And he kind of looks like shit. It was cool. It was cool. Hey, The Rock put a lot of money in this shit. Okay, every bit of money is on the fucking screen. And to me, in the movie, the real bad guys are the Justice League and Amanda Waller, played by the infamous Viola Davis and shit, the Woman King herself. She acts like an asshole in this movie. Like the Hawkman is played by her brother. They race swapped Hawkman, and because he has an Egyptian origin. Okay, it makes sense to do that. But the guy had like a lot of swag and charisma and shit. He's a good actor. I think his name's Aldous Hodge or something. He had really good charisma. But it's like in a movie, you're like, well, fuck you, man. A lot of times I was like looking at that shit and I was like, fuck you. You was an asshole. You didn't earn nothing, bitch. You didn't earn shit. Just laughed my fucking ass off, right? Because Hawkman was like a dick. Okay? He's trying to be cool and everything, but he was a dick. It's like indicative of like how America appears to foreign countries. All right, uh, him and his little crew, man. That shit had me laughing. Because they were like they were the villains. You know, so Black Adam is the hero of a fictional country. I don't know what kind of if it's a Spanish country or it's a Middle Eastern country or everybody had some weird accents. Some people sounded like they were from the Middle East, and some people sounded like they were Spanish or something. And there's a kid in the movie, and I don't know what the kid was. If he was, I don't know what the kid was. And Rock's like half black, half Islander, and everything. I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing, but he didn't have no fucking accent. And it worked for me because he has the same powers as the Shazam character. And one of those abilities that Shazam has is a knowledge, upgrade, so that he would instantly understand any language he heard. So it made sense. I didn't really shit on the fact that The Rock was just talking like The Rock. He has the physicality, he has the body, he has all the powers and shit. He didn't go for the widow's peak and shit, unfortunately, or the peaked ears. But it was okay. When you see the last bad guy, you just like, okay, it's cool. That would have been kind of weird. It'd been kind of fucking weird. Hawkman's a dick. Uh, Pierce Brosnan appears in this shit. He's sleepwalking through this shit, man. In some of the scenes, he's just like almost sleep. I just laughed my ass off. You can't shit on Pierce Brosnan, man. He's been around since the fucking 80s, man. He has a storied career in Hollywood, and in front of and behind the camera too, and on the streets. If anybody's seen that paparazzi footage of him pummeling one of those guys and shit for taking pictures of his kid, yeah, he's a superhero. And Pierce Brosnan actually puts on the goddamn superhero suit. It doesn't look bad on him. He's Doctor Fate, but for the most part, it's like a CGI character. And the helmet is kind of weird and shit. It just, I feels like some things weren't realized properly. And I understand it's a fucking rock movie and shit. What you expect from a fucking rock movie? Okay? He's one of the highest paid actors, most profitable actors on the planet and shit. Okay? He's recognizable all over. He's a brand. And he had the clout to get certain person rehired by Warner Brothers and shit. They fired that guy after a failed movie. I won't say his name, but we all know who it is. And they have some superheroes. Okay, you got Hawkman. You got fucking Dr. Fate, who's asleep. So you have to wake his ass up. It's like, hey, dude, would you wake the fuck up? I like Pierce Brosnan's look, man. He's a sophisticated gentleman. He's supposed to be 100 years old. Just to, you know, just to soften it and shit. So you don't like really think he's like just sleeping through the role, but he is literally sleeping shit in a bunch of scenes, and they wake his ass up. Like, hey, man, wake up. And he sit down. Pierce Brosnan's an old dude. He's probably like 60 or 70 years old, man. He looked good in that suit, though. He was in shape. They have scenes where he's just sitting down, man. He's chilling. He's like damn sleep. Like, hey, wake that motherfucker up. Hey, man, you in a movie and shit. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't worry, I know my lines. And they had two other auxiliary superheroes. Like the Justice League, Hawkman lives in a gigantic palatial estate. There's one black man, which looks like the X-Man's house. It looked like the X Mansion, and they had an X Mansion. They had an X-Man airplane in that shit. They came out of the fucking came out just like the other X-Men, like the other X-Men movies. I was like, man, they just stole. Did he buy that shit from Professor X? I was like, man, did he buy that shit? And then I just thought, certain racial mores. I'm like, hey, what do they think about this brother with this gigantic palatial estate? The government's watching him. And, then they show him, up under that shit. And they just act like we know who these motherfuckers are. That's what tripped me out, about like just some lackadaisical production. They act like we know who fucking Hawkman and all these people are. Black Hawkman, by the way. And they show him talking to Amanda Waller in all her fat glory and nappy-headed glory. And he said something like hello or something to her. And she said, punk motherfucker. She said some shit like that. I'm like, who talks to a motherfucker like that? I'm like, bitch, I'll come see you. Fuck it, you Harley Quinn's gonna stop me from sticking this mace up your ass, woman king. Yeah, she was in there. She stayed working. And she do her business. And, she cooning it up in Hollywood and shit, man. She cooning it up, man. She down for her crown and Liam Neeson's racist ass. And his Kosh, too. Yeah, they had Hawkman and Dr. Fate and they got this chick. I'm not clear. There's some sister there. I'm not going to call her biracial. They a light-skinned sister. I don't know how she self-identified. I do know she's non-binary, I believe. And I've seen her in interviews, and she wears a gigantic man suit. Like, whoever was wearing the suit in the failed Shit-Hulk show, they gave her that suit. The same suit that the Shit-Hulk was wearing. She's wearing that suit now at the same size. And I saw her in an interview. I was totally put off. I was like, man, can't you get, like, some shit tailored to your body and everything, but I get it. These women, some of these non-binaries that dress like that, these gigantic clothes, like gigantic fucking clothes. I'm like, how do you walk around? She's got to be holding her shit up, just walking around with this. I'm like, how the fuck do you do anything? Like, how do you go somewhere? Are you in a wheelchair? Some motherfucker just push you where you need to go, and it better be a chick, because I just got the vibe like, oh, everyone's looking at me and trying to get at me or something. I was just like, man, fuck you. I get tired of that shit, man. I get tired. I wish, on a tangent, like some of these people, like some of these goddamn feminists that wear these men suits and all this shit, the giant version of it, like a fucking burqa style, I guess. Like, I wish they would just You actually wear a fucking burqa or something like a parka or something. Just wear a winter Eskimo coat over your shit and zip that shit up and don't have nothing showed. Okay? I wasn't even hiring nobody like that. Now, let me stop tripping, man. She was a non-entity, and she was called Cyclone. And in the comics, that character, I think that's an android or something, or maybe it's on a Justice League cartoon. That character was a fucking android, but now it's a black chick. It's a black frizzy hair, look like somebody from fucking West LA and shit. Like one of these goofy chicks you meet over there, and you go hang out with them, and they want to do blow all day, or do. I would let me put. I'm putting myself out there. Let me stop. Yeah, yeah. So they had Adam Smashers played by some guy I never fucking heard of. He seemed like a nice guy. He was really engaging and everything, but he's just generic. And he looked great. The effects on him looked great. He like was a size. He was kind of like Ant Man. Well, I guess you call this nigga Giant Man, Adam Smasher, right? And they're like it's like four assholes. Amanda Waller says four assholes to deal with Black Adam, who's like more powerful than Superman and shit in this goddamn movie. There's there's a high body count. He had to kill like a whole half a city of people. Yeah, The Rock, Black Adam, or Teth Adam and shit, as he called him for most of the movie. He killed so many goddamn people in so many different ways. He killed a lot of people and shit. He even did the fucking thing where he ripped the dude's arm off and beat the dude with the arm to death and shit. He was just like somebody's running away and then they looked and they didn't have an arm and they showed him with it and he just threw it over his shoulder. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, dude. Like, dude, you brutal. And then it's just funny. There's a funny amount of murder. And then I look at, I see Dwayne there, I see him going around the world. He had all these big press junkets and these events for this fucking movie. It's just a meat and potatoes movie. It's just a meat and potatoes movie and shit. It's a rock movie. You know what to expect from a rock movie ever since he appeared in that Too Fast, Too Furious franchise and shit. It's a fucking rock movie. Except he's not trying to be like charismatic and shit. He wait till the very end to start doing some rock things that we know the rock do. All right? And he's comic book accurate. I mean, really comic book accurate and shit, I really can't shit on this movie. I wouldn't mind them making another one, but they've already said that it has like 54% approval audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a shill website. And I think some people's palms weren't greased. Okay, I think Rock didn't want to pay off some of these critics, so they gonna shit on this movie. Everybody knows it's a fucking rock movie. You know what to expect. You're gonna kick somebody's ass and say some funny shit. He said a bunch of funny shit in this. So fucking funny, man. But he was a mean son of a bitch in this movie. I'm telling you, he killed a lot of people. I can't tell you how many fucking people died in this shit. I was like, man. I thought it was excessive. I like violence. And I'm a fan of that Ben Affleck scene where he killing all these dudes in the warehouse trying to save Superman's mom and shit. Like the psychotic Ben Affleck Batman. Just doing shit like that. I want to make a movie with Batman. I want The Rock to produce a Ben Affleck Batman movie where he gets to do the same shit Black Adam was doing. Okay? He knows The Rock wanted kids to go see this shit. I guess I gotta say kids of color, I suppose. He wanted kids of color to go see this. There's a lot of little buzzwords and shit in there. It just goes over your head if you're just looking at it. But he wanted little kids to go see this movie and go home and just be like blown up like they had ate a shitload of sugar and stuff. Because I had a fucking action overdose from this movie. And I didn't feel fucked up when I watched it. Like, I was sick. Like, earlier this week, I was really sick from social media. After the debacle of the shit Hulk, and the people behind the shit Hulk and the mouse. And I'm just tired of the motherfuckers, man. I'm not giving them no more of my goddamn money. And DC is on the thin rope and shit. But, I knew what I was going to see when I watched Black Adam. And I got he gave the audience exactly what they wanted. He gave the audience exactly what they wanted. You'd be a nitpick and shit. They're going to call you a fucking nerd or incel and shit. But, like, for me, as a meat and potatoes movie and shit is no higher value. It'll be a cult classic maybe someday. I don't know. Maybe it'll be some shit in a bargain bin or some shit you'll see on YouTube and shit. But, I'll give it 3 stars. A very weak 3 stars, okay? That is all. This has been my review of Black Adam.